Tete matani vilutaki ramatana momona prime minister delwano ngorwarwa ramatari kina momona tuna watu ilo watu werle una kurwarwa ramatana momona pale tuna ronga bisa ngatulena kemkeni prime minister ina binani kwa lame tumbe muatalena watu ni wanua sa madalok tunga mele guerle una watu lewu alendra watu ni wanua na omole una tinanji
lewa sanga murolimba na awani kamunanga rumbe kutoka na watu ni wanua le chia utale na kawitokei na watu ni wanua zambe koto mai na lengore lewu ina watu lewu wana kwa biang wana na chinanji zambe koto wa wana sisi matensu na wana biang wana ngorbarua wana kwa biang wana china watu wana biang wana presidenji kaure lewu mbola tangane kwa biang wana chima duwata lamani koto le mutsuru lewu wana kwa biang wana na kwa lewu wana lo batu kwa lewu na china ronga la pesa hoya tana kamunanga nengalovi wabila binataki na yalo na chubo na kotoni kuwa mela me ngalovi kale mchukua lewu na chuchu wa matani chuo la mengulu makotoni kuwa lame langisike na hongo na barola mindola ni kuwa bole sa kotola na vuli le mutubuli na hurabo na bulau na buli ni wanu bisi gila bisa hilangi na langi na hongo la bina kotona ka biang wana na minister ni buli okurna kai balehi na buni bola chundei na kai hamma boko chino boko ni kuwa na kala mengora bene tabile bola mendola kotoni kuwa labi hilangi nuruba kalanga tekina mana bilibeni mayata langi kotona hongo ne kotonga na lechu no kechi hamma na bilomani mana
sabuni koralia raunde, sabuni korabandu muelo ya tani banua, bandu muelo ya tani banua. Nasieke kala, ulupela nasieke kala, ulupela raunde, ulupela raunde, ulupela raunde, sabuni koralia raunde. De sabuni vasalia raunde, sabuni vasali mode kotoi na wereino, mode kotoi na wereino. Lutuligo na kalo kalo masama, lutuligo na kalo kalo masama. Lia raunde, uni vasalia raunde, uni vasalia raunde, sabuni vasalia raunde. De sabuni vasalia raunde, sabuni vasali mode kotoi na wereino, mode kotoi na wereino. Lutuligo na kalo kalo masama, lutuligo na kalo kalo masama. Lia raunde, uni vasalia raunde, uni vasalia raunde, sabuni vasalia raunde. Sangue mandara tuna wala mamomo. Ogo. Lengu kito tangi bali, lengu kito tangi bali, nakomo nandi tangi bali, nakomo nandi tangi bali, tangi la kinya na mesani, tangi la kinya na mesani, na matani tuwe wange wange, na matani tuwe wange wange, sana wange nata wange, sana wange nata wange, ora tunakula sana wange, ora tunakula sana wange, geso myange, geso myange, geso myange. Ayo! Iya, tusoya. Lie sanga lie zombo. Koyongwana Chinanji, Minister for Education, Honorable Aserondondro, Honorable Ministers, Assistant Ministers, and Members of Parliament, Permanent Secretaries, members of the Diplomatic Corps, valued partners and stakeholders, invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and dolavina to you all. Firstly, let me thank my Koira Levu for the honor accorded to me this evening in the traditional, on the highest forms of traditional welcome in our country. Putting on my hat as a Minister for Tourism,
These young men and women today are the future of Fiji and the future of our tourism. Each year, when we conduct surveys with our visitors and ask them questions, why Fiji? Is it our great natural beauty, our pristine environment, our modern hotels, our young fleet of aircrafts? Why Fiji? And they say, number one is the people. And these are the future of the country. The students of Ratunavula, according me, the honor that they have seen with the elders. And I can tell you, as somebody from Nandronga who knows the area quite well, this is of the highest standard, and my great thanks to the elders of the Bono of Nabatulevu in the manner they bring up their youth for the future of our country, of Nabatulevu and Fiji. People always ask me, yes, please. After COVID, people ask me, how is tourism? Will it survive? And yes, it has. As you know, the tourism, the industry is thriving in manners we have not witnessed in the past. I can give you some figures, and I think we are all aware of where we are today. And within Cabinet, the message is very clear that tourism will save Fiji today, in the immediate future, and into our future. And one of the reasons that I'm confident about tourism is the quality of our products. The inventory in this country is of a very high standard, and a major part of it is our people. And as we see today, giving me confidence. We have yet to grow. There's more to do. There's more to grow in tourism. But to see our young people showing today that they are fully embedded into our culture and traditions, into the way of life for which we are renowned, gives me and everyone the confidence that our industry, tourism, will continue to thrive into the future. If I may, in my dialect, I would like to say thank you to my Kwedalebu, Nabalebunjina, Akwedalebu, na Bingoravi, Awayata, Lametara, Balemskwedalebu Nikua. Kodangi Portena Goto na Tatana Bulangi, na Kea Awayata, na Kande, na Kangata Koto, na Kwa, Bimbito Bukatato, na Kwedalebu, Koto na Kawitoke, Letato, na Viko Maroi, was not Lechibano, na Vingona Metaku. Unabalebunjina, na Horabo, na Bulau, na Ngulumian Katakoto, na Itavi, Lemusu. Kilisa koto ni tabi, ena limto na bingona maitaku. Erna rabul da bukem to, mas ko lo bachmano na huna onam. Rabul da bukem to lemusuna. Iya, giba ndengu yalo. E una ministra ni harabanua, ni nangata koto, na harabanua, basi ya, ni musutanda kata koto, le churabo le chubulau, alimto na bingona bina maitaku. Una boleh bunjina. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, everything starts with education. When you're born, your guardians begin imparting basic values. Then you go on to primary and secondary school in your formative years. Then there is tertiary education. And even when we graduate and get a job, we continue to upskill ourselves because it's important that we do so. We know this. Over the weekend, I attended Xavier's College Platinum Jubilee celebration, where I once attended school. I did Form 6 in Xavier College in Mba. I shared how thousands of students have called this school their second home for 70 years. And in these 7 decades, they produced some of society's most upstanding citizens who are today contributing to the economy and the development of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier this year, we convened the National Economic Summit, where a reform to the education sector was agreed to as a priority. Number one, we need to focus on lifelong skill training rather than student enrollment numbers alone. Number two, we need to assess the quality of students advancing to higher and advanced education and the impact of our current primary and secondary curriculum. And three, we need strong partnerships to provide quality and accessible education at all levels. Ladies and gentlemen, your People's Coalition government values education. In the 2023-2024 national budget, the Ministry of Education has been given the largest allocation, amounting to $845 million. Of course, the National Economic Summit, which was held after some 18 years, is a key part of our commitments to transforming the sector. On the importance of the summit, ladies and gentlemen, the 3-day Fiji National Education Summit is critical in paving the roadmap for a better education system in Fiji for those who are in it or are yet to be. I am proud to be part of this auspicious occasion because this is the forum that will be deliberating on how best we can improve the quality of our education, promote equality and equity, and ensure that the education direction that you will put together in the next 3 days will be relevant to the diverse and dynamic labor market. Ladies and gentlemen, the global education sector is moving in leaps and bounds. If you were to sit a final exam of the subject you majored in today, how would you fare? Most of us would probably fail, as the exam may not fully measure what we learned or what information we retained at that point in time. Equally, many of us hold certifications in subject matters we may know little about. In some countries, collaborative learning is becoming the norm, where you have 2 or 3 people work together on projects on real-world issues like climate change, public transportation, and conservation. Similarly, technology is fast becoming a top subject in schools and has naturally integrated into the education sector. I read that the e-learning market size has surpassed $315 billion in 2021 and is projected to grow by 20% annually from 2022 to 2028. Students are even learning robotics and artificial intelligence. These trends are not too far off of Fiji, and they shouldn't be if we want a well-functioning, competitive workforce. You will already see local vacancies in new areas like social safeguards and coding. The education consolidation at the end of the 3 days will also ensure that we deliver a social and disability inclusive education that will produce individuals who will not only contribute to the development of a diverse community, but also to the growth of Fiji's economy. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 7 thematic areas which form the foundation of this National Economic Summit. What you would ultimately like at the end of this summit is to have consensus on whether it meets current needs and reflects both the industry and government priorities. We are not starting from scratch. Fiji's education system has historically produced good people, the people of Fiji. But there are institutional frameworks we need to more seriously invest in. We can do better so that we have a more inclusive, accessible, and modern education system. We must. In 18 months, Fiji has lost 10% of its labor force to the overseas labor market. That's about 35,000 Fijians. The Minister of Education recently said that there are not enough teachers in mathematics, physics, computer and physical education, and music, arts, and crafts. These are real issues that need long-term partnership to address. So please, take this opportunity and contribute meaningfully. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude by saying that education is the foundation of strong character, strong societies, and a strong nation. And that's why every parent or guardian's ultimate aim is to see their children finish school and make a life for themselves. This sector and this forum needs your support. It is my honor to officially open the 2023 National Education Summit. It is my hope that we continue to serve for the better. Viliame Gavoka, and I wish you all the best for the summit. Inaka.